for the answers to the universe, waiting for someone to wake me up.
Hi, my name's Amber. I'm 31 years old.
Okay, so tell me about your current situation, how you ended up in Kensington.
So I've been using heroin and cocaine since I was 14 years old. I ended up down here on and off since I was 18. Been in and out of treatments. Currently, I was in rehab 10 days ago. I had 30 days clean as of yesterday, walked out AMA, and have been using since last night.
What made you decide to go back to using?
Honestly, that disease, that struggle, it's real, and the demons were eating me alive, and that shit, it's hard. It's so hard. And what triggered it was someone that walked into rehab was someone I used with, and she made a comment like, hey, remember those old times? And it was like, we got to talking, and all of a sudden, next thing I know, we're walking out the door together. And it's that simple. And I don't remember really the talks we had in between, but I remember seeing her, and then I remember walking out the door. It's like that disease takes a hold of you. It turns your mind into a monster, and it just takes your soul and eats it. And then you get down here into Kensington. I'm from the suburbs outside. You get down here, and it's like a black hole in Kensington. You can't get out. It sucks you in.
And how many bags of, I don't think it's heroin anymore, I think it's fentanyl now.
Yeah.
How many bags of fentanyl do you use a day?
So I use probably 8 to 10 bags a day, but just one to two at a time. It's strong out there, and I'm actually currently on methadone maintenance, not at a blocking dose, because I guess, honestly, I chose not to stay at a blocking dose, so I could have the potential to get high. So I can use 2 bags, but like the girl I walked out with, she does a half, and I had to Narcan her twice last night.
So how do you go about supporting your habit?
To keep it real, I boost, I steal, I've sold my soul. That's the hardest part. I have a little boy at home. He's 10. Right now he lives with his grandmother, and that's the hardest part, not having him right now, and yet I'm still here in Kensington. Something needs to change, and I need to get the fuck out of this.
If your son was watching this video, what message would you like to send to him?
That I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna live this life, and I'm gonna prove to him that I can do this. I need to get out of here. I would tell him that I'm not gonna be that person all my life. I'm gonna clean myself up for him. They say it's for you, but I can't seem to do it for myself. I'm gonna do this for him. I gotta get myself back into rehab, if not today. It's gotta be today. I gotta go tonight. I can't live another fucking day out here. Like, I left last night. I'm ready. Like, I've been walking these blocks, and every minute it's like, I gotta call home. I need them to pick me up and take me back to rehab. I had 30 days clean yesterday. So I can't be doing this.
What's the most amount of money you spend a day on your drug use?
A day? $2,400. Fentanyl, like methadone, doesn't even help the fentanyl withdrawal. Like, fentanyl only helps. And I feel like doctors yet haven't explored it enough, because the fentanyl in this world now that it's being abused is so new, you know? So it's super hard. It really takes your mind, your body, your soul. Like, you need to want it and go through that physical pain, or you're not gonna get through it.
Who is the most important person to you and why?
My son, and that's who I live for. Without him, I would have died by now. I know it, because the way I go when I'm out here is hard, but I take it to a certain level. He always brings me back home. You know, I stay down here for a couple days. I don't get trapped for weeks and months like my friends who died down here, many of friends. So he's the one that always brings me back home. So that's why he's most important to me.
When you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see?
I see a person who wants good and who has potential, but who's damaged and just has a lot of heartbreak and a lot of guilt and shame. But I see potential, I really do.
Tell me a little bit about your childhood. How was your childhood like growing up?
My childhood growing up, I had an addict, alcoholic father who was never around. I remember times waiting for him at the window. He would say he would pick me up, and I'd sit there all night crying, and he would never come. My mother, she's a single mother. I'm the only child. She did the best she could, and it was just me and her. So, I mean, she did the best she could. She was a huge enabler for me growing up. I started at a young age using. But she did the best she could.
When was the last time somebody told you that they love you?
Yesterday. I had my boyfriend and my mother both tell me that they loved me. Actually, and yesterday, my roommate in rehab gave me a hug as I walked out the door and said, "Be careful, I love you." And she only knew me for 10 days.
What's the worst thing that has happened to you since you've been out here?
I was molested out here. I fell out, did a shot of heroin, fell out, woke up, didn't know anything until 3 days later when pictures were sent to my boyfriend's phone of a man touching me, molesting me. It was me and it was him. Pictures don't lie, and that shit's deep. And that was actually my last run down here, and that was 7 weeks ago. So I swear I'd never come down here again.
What advice would you give to teens and young adults who are thinking about trying drugs?
Honestly, don't do it. It's really as simple as that. Just stay on top of your schoolwork. Listen to your elders, like listen to the grown teens and the young adults who come in your classes and who are supportive. Listen to your older brothers and sisters or your moms or dads. I mean, there's addiction in every family at this point, whether it's an aunt, an uncle, a brother, or sister. Look what it's done to their lives, or your friends' families' lives. Just look to that and don't ever want it. None of this is worth it. None of it.
If you had 3 wishes in this world, what would your 3 wishes be?
I wish that there was a cure for this disease of addiction. I wish that my son has never had to suffer without his mother. And I wish that my son has never had to suffer without his father. My message to the world is, anybody out there that's struggling with this disease, let's stick together. Let's get through it. Let's beat this shit for real, because it's tearing us down. It's tearing our families apart. It's taking our kids away. It's killing our friends, our parents, our sisters, our brothers. Let's stick together and just get through this shit. For real.